Okay, hide this to the comments. Well, ain't nobody here right now, so it's a good time for me to get adjusted. Anyways, oh, here we go. Some people here. Welcome to Rome's Rebellion. I thought I was gonna be here yesterday, but everybody was too busy watching football. I was looking at a couple of people stream, and I was like, ooh, even the big names was getting wasn't getting the attention that they needed. But I even cut my hair for y'all. Y'all like my haircut? I hope everybody been doing good. It's been a crazy week, y'all. Like I ain't gonna lie, we took a couple of L's, but we got, you know what I'm saying, we had got some W's. It was good. Bryce, Ian, Terry. Man, we had we had took a couple of L's, no lie. But I'm proud of Hamas. I'm proud of their ground game. I know I can't show it on here, but I'm pretty sure the people who did see it, they really make something out of nothing. I can do nothing but smile, you know. And as I'm watching these videos, you know, they are, hey Didi, they are re-rocking these weapons that the U.S. has sent against them, you know, and that's like a hell of a statement, you know what I'm saying? You take your enemy's weapons to have, you know, that was meant to slaughter you, slaughter your family, and you use it again, you use it against them. That's just poetry. It's poetry. It's beautiful. And they got one of the top leaders, and I wish I can show this on here. Like I need to hurry up and get on Ritual, or it was something, but I need to do RBN Uncut, so we can start showing you guys these things that's really going on. And like the footage, it's so beautiful, man. Yeah, Rumble, but it's beautiful because, man, the whole thing, it was like some Tom and Jerry, some Looney Tunes shit. He just stepped right on the target and didn't even know it until he had looked down. It was so perfect. It was so perfect. And the guerrilla tactics, the mindset that you had to have to set something like that up to defeat somebody that's in a tank and have them stop on a target that you have made for them. Somebody is distracting. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they did to make them stop, what kind of distraction that they had made to make them stop and look, but it was right on the target. And Israel lost one of their top. Israel lost one of their top commanders. So, man, it was so beautiful. They couldn't even. It was him and three other soldiers, I believe. And they was burnt to a crisp. Like, you couldn't even make out who was who. You couldn't even make out who was who until they had to do a DNA test. and it's so crazy how they do a test for that, but you know they don't want their regular citizens doing tests. Hey, Ron, good news. My situation with my grandmother is taken care of. Only cost was I had to get up at 5 a.m., but it's all good now. By the way, my grandma said, "You're a good-looking guy." Hey, to your grandma said, "What's up?" But no, I'm glad y'all doing better. That was yeah, that was some tough shit. I'm glad y'all doing better, man. Cause I'm surprised you're still here, Rome. No, you're not spelling my name right. Calling out the racist system yet. I'll be going in a minute, but I'll be back in November. They can't hold me down for too much longer, but yeah, it was beautiful. And you know, shout out to Hamas, shout out to all the freedom fighters. We still have Lebanon. We still have, we got Yemen saying that they are ready to send over 400,000 troops to fight against Israel. And like, I know a lot of people like to use the N word to try to get people to not fight. The N word is what I mean is nuclear. They try to use this as a way to protect themselves, but Lebanon has stated multiple times this month that they have weapons that is far greater. They have weapons far greater than nuclear weapons. What does that mean? It means we got weapons far greater than nuclear weapons. So I don't know. Maybe the way I'm looking at it, to have a weapon that's far greater than a nuclear weapon, it has to be something where it doesn't make a lot of collateral damage, but it does a lot of damage to infrastructure, power grids, technology, blackouts, and stuff like that. I can see that being greater than just blowing up the whole fucking world, something that can't be detected. But for them to state that they have weapons and they're working on weapons powerful than the nuclear weapons that they have right now, which can, I'm not too into, what they have, but I know that they are really powerful. They have really powerful nuclear weapons there, and they are hardened by the mountains. So it's kind of hard for, like, when Trump says we're gonna bomb their nuclear. I'm like, no, they already thought of this, because they know that you guys are rabid dogs. They know that you guys would try to attack them in their nuclear facilities. They know this, and this is why they move 3 steps ahead of us. It's chess, not checkers. Lindsay, thank you for the $10. Ron RB, some of my favorite Americans. I join your analyst from Glasgow, Scotland. I'm some of your favorite stupid, lazy Americans. That's my Russian accent. It's not racist if you do it against white people. But before we get to start show going again, we got almost 200 of you motherfuckers in here. We got a new goal because I talked to a plumber. I got a plumber out to the library. That cost me $50. That sucked for him to come out and just say, give me $300. So we're raising some more money for the library. I'm still raising money for the dumpster, and we need money for the plumbing. Both of the basements are backed up, but I talked to them into not charging me $200 and something for each basement, because I'm like, look, man, that's what I do for the community. We just had a little giveaway here. I'm just trying to get it together for the children. He's like, all right, man, blah, blah. So I talked him down damn near $100. That was like the best I can do. I couldn't talk down the dumpster man. He want $400 because they got to pick it up, dump it, and drop it off. And only money they really get from that is trouble. So we raising money for the library. The goal is $1,200 today. I know that's kind of reaching for the stars, nigga. But anyways, we're about to get let me pull up this shit so we can get started. Nick is gonna be on right after me. So y'all don't even have to go nowhere, really. I might not even do a long show, but Nick is gonna be on right after me. He's gonna be debunking a lot of these things people say about China and all this fucking fake ass genocide that people trying to bring up. Great guest that's gonna be on later on. Roman Morningstar. Oh yeah, Morningstar. Tell her I said hey. She's like, I'm Lucifer. I'm like, okay. I'm unholy. How you doing? Yep. Like, share, and comment. Because they be trying to hold a nigga back. People don't even know I'm on right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like scheduling these things, really. because if you notification gang, if you're a member, you should get it. I think we have enough people that's members out here to what I'm saying, just do a show. Nothing has to be too professional. None, people can relax. You know what I'm saying? You can relax here. Because after this, it's gonna be a tense conversation. So you can relax with me, but Nick is gonna take y'all back to school. I'm like the gym teacher. I'm like the cool stepdad, cool uncle. Oh, look, Sarah said no soldiers in the combat zone. Shit. See, this is why, and this is another reason why I say it's fair game for North Korea. A lot of people was trying to push back on why the DPRK was sending troops into Ukraine, but I say it's fair game because I have seen not only American soldiers, I've seen French soldiers, I have seen people from mercenaries from Australia, Canada, all types of accents, all types of accents out there, and I say it's fair game, for the DPRK to send troops out there to protect their friends and their interests. So, yeah, and I don't think they're going to be front line anyway. They might be more in a intelligence, and they might be there to help rebuild. There for technology and stuff like that. Because a lot of when they say troops come in all different sizes, and I mean, come with all different types of people and tribes and whatnot. So they might be there for a whole different reason. But if they are on the ground, if they are frontline, I don't I don't blame them. So yeah, and um yeah, actual combat training, and that's another thing. The DPRK, they're they haven't been in a war. No reason for their troops to really be in any war zones out there. So this would be some nice training that they would get if they was in the front line. So yeah, I can see them wanting to hearten their soldiers and see how they will actually work under pressure when it's a real combat zone, when people are actually trying to kill you. Like I have seen videos of these soldiers and their training and whatnot, and it is impressive. It is impressive. But can you do that with a gun in your face? You know what I'm saying? Are you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna shake? Or are you gonna because training is one thing, but fighting is another. Because you can train all your life, but there's always gonna be somebody bigger and badder. So this would be a great time for DPRK soldiers to get some bodies on their guns, I should say. I don't know if you remember that weirdo Markham fake it. Oh yeah, I remember him. I mean, if Americans are going over there to combat, yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that shit. He went over there with that unloaded gun. Wasn't even hold. Excuse me. Wasn't even holding his gun right. I don't even think he had a real vest. I'm just like this propaganda is just not. This is not for me. This is not for me because I done seen enough war, and I know what a real soldier look like. Even if I don't like or disagree with them, I know what a real soldier dress like. I know how to carry themselves. I know how to carry their guns. They don't just have the straps on their helmet just leaning. Like no, if you go into a combat zone, no, you got to look presentable. And I've seen a lot of even Ukrainian soldiers earlier in this war. They was strapped like they was prepared and ready to go to war, and they was trained by NATO. They was trained uh, by the U.S. So I can see them taking some of our tactics, but that shit, that's probably why they got their ass killed. Because we always get our ass whooped. Couldn't even hold his gun right. I wonder what would take for U.S. troops to get involved with Israel. U.S. troops are already out there. We have sent Well, we sent 100 troops out there so far, but there's U.S. mercenaries out there. U.S. mercenaries been out there. Even on TikTok, a lot of kids was calling out people that they knew, personally, because the IDF and the IOF, they are TikTok soldiers, and they like to take pictures and they like to take videos, and a lot of people who were American citizens and American soldiers, mercenaries, they was getting called out by some of their family members, some of their close ones, close family members and people from the neighborhood. So America soldiers has been out there since the start. Um, and there was a lot of like when we first gave them the Iron Dome. James, thank you for that $5 sticker. I appreciate that. When we first gave them the Iron Dome, uh, we had sent some American troops out there because the IDF and the IOF was not trained to actually how to handle the Iron Dome, right? And I mean, it worked for a little bit, but as you can see, all those missiles were totally overwhelming for the Iron Dome. They was, you know, it was misfiring. It was firing at objects that wasn't even there. Just sometimes it was just sometimes it was just going off when it didn't need to, and I don't think Americans, I should say, I don't think Americans are educated on how far below we are on the technology scale when it comes to certain weapons, especially when we are comparing it to China or even Russia. Russia has really great technology, and China and Russia has been trading, and there's a lot of things that they let us see, and there's a lot of things that they don't let us see, right? So there is no telling what what they really have in store if we was to really go out in an all out world war. Now, um, if we were to go out to an all out war, I think the best thing to do is to take out the leaders. I think that's what China will try to do. China and Russia, I think they will try to take out the leaders because if they don't, they know America will press that button first. America, Israel, they will press that button first, the nuclear button, because they're going to see on the ground and in the seas and even in the skies. Like they like to say that they are protected in the skies. They like to take advantage of the skies, but once the playing field get even out and they found out that they can't actually fight against all of these countries at once, and they see that NATO doesn't have not only the technology or the weapons, they don't have the manpower to actually fight a country like China, Yemen, um, Lebanon, all of them all together. Like that just seemed crazy to me, right? And it's not even just those countries. You got to think about the countries in Africa who's going to be assisting. There's countries in Africa. I mean, there's soldiers from Africa that train in Russia. There's countries in Africa, soldiers in Africa from Africa that train in China, parts of China. So it's just crazy to think that they believe that they can really just dominate these countries, these powerful superpowers, with nuclear weapons. So I believe uh, they will be the first ones to press the button because they will be seeing their empire collapse in front of their eyes, and no bunker can save them. And a lot of people like to bring up, well, they're going to survive. They have bunkers. I keep reminding you guys, no bunker can save these people. There's no bunker that can save these people. They have technology for that now. They call bunker busters. They call bunker busters for a reason, right? And if they want that leader gone, if they are actually targeting, U.S. soil, them people will be gone. The bunkers are for you. They are for you. When you feel like I can't take this no more, when you and your community start realizing that you need a revolution, that bunker's for you, not for the bombs, not for the nukes. You can't stop the nukes. You can't stop the nukes. And all these fucking scientists who work for the same corporations who make the bombs, who say, "Oh well, it's just going to be in this area or that area." Send a nuke up if you want to. Send a nuke up if you want to. They act like they are going to be the only ones who press the fucking red button. When Vladimir Putin has told us multiple times, if y'all press that button, I'm pressing mine. Straight the fuck up. If Russia pressed theirs, everybody else is gonna press theirs. So why they only talk like they're gonna be the victors of this thing, like they're just gonna nuke a country and get away with it like they have before. Yes, they have got away with it before. That because the world was way, the world was way weaker than what it is today. They was way weaker. There wasn't a nuclear power like the US, maybe the USSR. And look what happened to them. They got, so even though you got nuclear weapons, that still don't make you the strongest on the fucking block, bro. You're gonna get your asses kicked, then you're gonna realize, holy fuck. Chris, thank you for this $5 sticker. You're gonna realize we can't win. So it's on Roman, Russia, China, Africa countries understand that. The U.S. keep running, but it can't hide. We're out of places to hide. Yes, and we know the empire is falling. Even as citizens, I know a lot of people like to hide, and their life being all right. Like my life is okay, so like no, your life is okay right now, but you don't know what's ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't understand, or if a lot of people probably just don't care what their children or their nieces and nephews, their offspring is going to have to deal with. Like a lot of us, we are watching the empire falling, but they're going to feel the empire falling, right? So right now, millennials, we can't afford a house. We can't afford a car. You know what I'm saying? We can't even get loans from the bank. What do you think the next generation is going to go through? If we are living worse than our parents, right? Well, it's bound that the next generation is going to live worse than their parents, especially in this capitalist hellhole that just can't survive off itself because it's eating itself. It's literally giving everybody a rope to hang itself with it, like Yep, my kids are in the world of shit. Oh yeah, and all of these taxes that all this money that's going to all these weapons and all this war, we ain't paying that shit back. Our kids is. Our kids are. They're gonna be the ones who have to pay all that shit back, and it's gonna suck. And then what's gonna happen? Just like any empire, they're gonna start printing money, just like we are doing right now. I think last year we printed more money than we ever have in the history. They're going to start printing money and it's not going to mean nothing. And you see the rise of BRICS. So you can print all the money you want. It's not going to mean anything in the real world because your dollars was backed by blood and nobody is afraid of you anymore. So now you have to be a grown-up and trade with the big dogs. But you can't let that communist socialist shit happen here, right? So they'd rather let it fall before they ever let this nation become a communist nation. Let me get started with this shit. I'm just sitting here yapping. If y'all can, please donate to my Cash App, my Venmo, my PayPal. We got a $1,200. Let me get this shit off the fucking screen. This shit kind of bothering me. We got $1,000 goal for the library. I'm trying to get a plumber and a dumpster out there. My basement is backed up, and it's kind of fucking up my wood, man. It's gonna cost me even more if I don't get that shit over with. Because then now I need some mold control, some dry lock. I need some more rubber for the floor. God damn, man. I put all that money in that building, and it's just pissing me off. Oh shit! What the hell is that? I appreciate that. I'm trying to find. Sorry, I'm trying to find my story. You know me, I'm never organized. But thank you for that $5, Devin, man. I appreciate that. Trying to get this shit right. Damn, I don't think I can show it because he's showing the fucking actual thing. So let me just go on Twitter, bookmarks. God, I hate Hillary Clinton, bro. I fucking hate Hillary Clinton, bro. Like, what the fuck? Is that a new tattoo? No, I ain't got no new tattoos. I wish. I got a heart on my neck with my daughter's name in it. I ain't got no sub pump. I don't have a sub pump. I might have to install one, but then, fuck, man. Damn. Have you ever installed the sub pump? Do you know how hard? I mean, it's not even hard, but it's a lot of digging. If you ain't got the money to fucking order a claw, you're gonna be digging all day. You got to go 6 to 8, sometimes even deeper. Then you gotta, oh man, oh that's gonna be so fucking nasty. Ugh. Yeah, I might need some baking soda, absorbs moisture, lime kills mold. Hillary, man, I hate that bitch. China, if y'all gonna get anybody, get her first. But yeah, we was talking about this earlier. How was, I'm proud that they didn't let, what I'm saying, them taking out their top dog, what I'm saying, get them out of the fight. Because they said, all right, eye for eye. You take one of mine, I take one of yours. And this is what I love to see from the resistance, man. It's so beautiful seeing the world come together, but it's just fucked up that they coming together against the place you live at. But if America need to be held accountable. They need to be held accountable. Yemeni forces are ready to help Palestinian people in the face of Zionists. They saying they got 400,000 willing to go there. And I want to see, like, they have resisted. Like, a lot of people talk shit about Yemen and Houthis and whatever, but they have resisted some shit. And now America is over there stealth bombing them. I think that jet cost like 12 billion or some shit like that. Whatever the fuck. I know it's an outrageous ass number. 2 to 12, it's out fucking rages for that shit. Now they are over there stealth bombing these people because, like I said earlier, You can't fight these people. You can't fight these people. They are born soldiers. You guys are, I ain't gonna say it's a couple, it's a lot of evil people here, but evil don't equal to being a soldier, you know. These people were born and raised like this, man. You guys are college kids. You guys trying to get out of certain debts. Your heart's not in it. You're not fighting for your country. You're fighting for status.
لجورج فلويد. أنا أغتنم هذه الفرصة وإحنا بنعيش ذكرى القتل المجرم العنصري لجورج فلويد. جورج فلويد قتل بهذه الفرصة وإحنا بنعيش ذكرى القتل المجرم.
To remember the racist murder of George Floyd.
العنصري لجورج فلويد. جورج فلويد قتل في مثل هذه الأيام نتيجة منهجية عنصرية موجودة لدى أشخاص. اليوم هذه العنصرية التي قتل بها جورج فلويد يمارسها الاحتلال ضدنا وضد أهلنا. ضد أهلنا في القدس. ضد أهلنا في القدس. ضد أهلنا في الشيخ جراح. ضد أهلنا في الضفة الغربية. بحرق أطفالنا. وضد أهل القطاع غزة من خلال الحصار والقتل والتجويع. إحنا يجب أن يضع العالم الحر وشباب العالم الحر كله حدا لهذه الجرائم. أنا أغتنم هذه الفرصة وإحنا بنعيش ذكرى.
How they get my nigga in the interview though? That's crazy. But he was spitting facts because, and this is what we was trying to explain to a lot of these black liberals who try to say, well, this has nothing to do with us. This has nothing to do with us. Dog, the same shit that they're using against those Palestinians is the same shit they're going to use against us. We are sitting here acting like America is good to us as black people. They're not good to us. We are still slaves to our own country. They just make it up with the in a prison industrial complex, and they say, you know, instead of trying to rehabilitate these people, you know what I'm saying? They make them slaves. They fucking make them slaves. You know what I'm saying? The technology that they are using, those drones that they are using. What type of drones you think the cops in cop cities are going to be using to spy against us? The technology. You think they're not going to be using that shit against us? You're crazy. They testing it on these people like they're animals. They're testing it on them, and they're going to perfect it on us. Because with an empire falling, the last thing you need is disobedience from your citizens. They're going to have to really lock down on the word of you guys have no democracy. Because you let this, and that happen. So now there's no democracy, and this is how we're going to play it. I guarantee Trump get in there and be like, no, ain't no more democracy. This is how we're doing it from now on. Democrats. Because they ain't, man, if they was to actually call out Israel, they're gonna have to call out Donald Trump and RFK and all their favorite politicians. They see Trump over there kissing that damn wall like a little bitch, bowing down to AIPAC. They see it. They just have to play dumb. They have to play dumb because it's gonna fuck up their whole little shebang. And their audience, some of their audience don't want to hear the truth. This is why they go to them for their information. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear the truth. It's a lot of money in line, man. It's a lot of money in keeping people, making people feel good. And I forget what black conservative I was talking to about that. I said, your job is to make white people feel good. Well, he was talking about, you got white, most your listening base is mostly white and blah blah. I said, yeah, there's a difference. Your job is to make white people feel good. My job is to make white people front line. Like, what the fuck? I'm not saying here, oh, you're not racist. America isn't a racist country. White people isn't inherently racist. I would never say no dumb shit like that. What the hell? Why am I making y'all feel good? Oh, the money. That money is good, but all money ain't good. It's a lot of money, but it ain't all good. Oh, sorry. I'm a little tired, man. I ain't really get too much sleep. I've been up stressing. I ain't gonna lie. This fucking, I don't know. I'm really thinking about taking a little break. I've been in the library for 2 weeks, man. I'm just like, damn. Then I gotta go back and I gotta do the piping, the plumbing, and I gotta lay down the rest of my floor, but I gotta I need to find my sander, man, because the floor is so uneven. Like it was so rotted where you first, like when you walk in the bathroom, if you look down, like you can look down in the basement basically. So I had to cut all that shit out. I cut that out probably like 4x3 feet. I had to replace some wood. And that was too low. Then I had to put some wood on top of that wood. And that was too high. And now I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go home. I was like, I can't take it no more. I'm gonna need to sleep, shower, sit on my toilet, man. Hobbies. Thank you for this $12. I'm just saying. This is just saying Camilla being sued from stolen hamburger. I'm about to say, man, you can't just say it. Megatron, wrong. Caleb did a stream about you and I last. What the fuck you doing streaming about me for? I don't even talk about these people. Like, dog, it is so much shit going on. Like, it is too much shit going on for the back and forth. This is why we stopped with the Vanguard shit. This is why we had to get on, ex-RBN members about all the drama, the Breonna Joy Gray bullshit. Like, I don't care to go back and forth with nobody right now, man. There's multiple genocides going on. Stay focused, white boy. Oh, there's a channel when it has 47K subs. Shit, that's good. We doing the damn thing. Shit, it's a black network. Nigga, we lucky to even survive this long. Beggars can't be choosy. I'm glad to have the people that we have. It is what it is. We should have more. We could have more. It is what it is. Take the punches and roll with them. Sometimes you ain't gonna be the biggest. It's all about, what I'm saying? It's all about the truth, man. No matter how many people get it, no matter how many people is listening, as long as you are telling your truth, that's all that matters, man. At the end of the day, we can have 1 million people in here, 100,000, whatever the fuck. We still gonna have the same message. So hopefully it reached you. 400 people right now, going to be probably like 2,000 after the show's over. Hopefully y'all can take it and, reach 100,000 with it. So you never know. Sometimes it's just the messenger. Sometimes they don't want to hear black radicals, like Let's not act like the Black Panther didn't have a disapproval rating that was higher than their approval rating amongst Black communities. So take your punches and roll with them, man. They'll sing about us one day. Andrea, thank you for the $10. They send American police to Israel for training, is what I say to people who say it ain't our business. Yeah. Yep. And you wonder why they come over here and be beating your motherfucking head in. Set a great example for local organizing in the aid realm. Thank you. I try. I definitely try. I'm going to tell Eminem to put his money where his mouth is, or being a library in Detroit. And that'll be fucking dope, man. If you can get a hold of Eminem, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't look. It is what it is. 75% of liberals hated MLK. Yeah, fuck yeah. The fuck. Oh man, it was like, nigga, if you don't shut the fuck up, you got all these people marching out here. Got these fucking people marching out here. Who the fuck this nigga think he is in this nice fucking suit? Because liberals, when you don't do what they want, it's always you are the enemy. It don't matter if your points are right, or if you have a strong stance or anything. You're just the fucking enemy. It don't matter. You need to put some publicity to those terrorist charges. Man, I'm trying to take care of the library right now. I could be stacking money for the fucking for my lawyer. I told him you're gonna have to give me a minute, man, because I need this library open before I turn myself in. So after I'm done and my water is running, I got my hot water tank and all that shit. After my water is running and my floor is put down, the building can open up, and we can just go from there. But I need my library open. That was a promise that I made that I'm gonna keep. But if you can, please donate to my Cash App, my Venmo, my PayPal. It's below on this fucking rolly thing, whatever the fuck they call it, a banner. We're trying to put some more money towards the library. I'm kind of resenting going back there, but man, I gotta do it. I ain't got no choice. Hey, shit. Man, I remember I was just looking at some real old pictures of that building, and man, we put some work in. It's probably why I'm fatigued now. Fuck, Camilla is ugh. I'm good on Camilla. Thank you, Zoe. I appreciate that. I'm trying. Is that American flag jacket? Is it? I thought this is a Looney Tunes jacket. I guess it do got the American flag on it. Oh, wow, I never paid attention to that. All I did was pay attention to tags and Bugs Bunny. I never paid attention to that. That's crazy.
Lasting stability. As I was saying, our Arab American community has deep and proud roots in the Detroit metro area, and I am very proud to have the support of Arab American leaders like Wayne County Deputy Executive Assad Turfi, and listen, I know this year has been very difficult, given the scale of death and destruction in Gaza, and given the civilian casualties and displacement in Lebanon. It is devastating. And now, Sinwar's death can and must be a turning point. Everyone must.
Not the hundreds of thousands dead. Nah. These people, I'm gonna let her finish.
Seize this opportunity to finally end the war in Gaza, bring the hostages home, and end the suffering once and for all. And I continue to believe diplomacy.
You know what? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna let her finish. These people are so oblivious to what's really going on. You cannot kill a resistance. They think just because you kill a leader that the movement is gone. They think that because that's what's going to happen if somebody's just off Joe Biden, if somebody off Kamala Harris, somebody off Anthony Blinken, they're going to back the fuck down. Like if they see their leaders start to fall off, start to get hit, they're going to back the fuck down. They think like that. And they put that thought process on everybody else. The resistance isn't going anywhere. Look at all these children that you just made orphans. All these children that you just made orphans. This man was born in a fucking camp. And he died fighting to get out of one. You don't kill nothing. Like you can't kill nothing like that. Watch when the rich and these politicians start dropping off, they're gonna be like, whoa. That's not usually the art of war. Shit, bullshit. Damn right. So I'm like, what the? They think like that. The resistance ain't going nowhere. You keep giving birth to new resistance leaders. Think about all the leaders that they just made. and this year, the children are gonna. Ooh, I done seen children cursing you with tears in their eyes, cursing you. That's Biden America. Thank you for that $5, Smokey. Yep, that's Biden America. We was just talking about this day before yesterday. Everybody talking about, oh, it's gonna be harder to organize up under shit. It's harder to organize right now. The people are out there trying to organize. You keep calling them terrorists. What the fuck? They standing up for something and y'all agreeing with the police knocking down their encampments and their tents. Whew. Like I said, excuse me. Those bunkers not for the bombs, they for you. Y'all, because these younger generations, they ain't falling for it, man. There's nothing that they can sell you. There's nothing that the young people ain't having it. And I mean, they're not having children for one. And the ones that are having children, the children are way more radicalized than the hippies that we had back in the 70s. Shit, they don't even want to work for a corporation, let alone buy shit from a corporation. Like these, they are environmental friendly. Woke, too woke, to get brainwashed by the government. They are born into recessions. Looney Tunes. Jace, thank you for the $5. Janice, I should say. I said Jace. That's my grandson. I'm thinking about my grandson. I'm sorry. What are you doing? Looney Tunes was originally war propaganda. Was preparing dinner, so I'm a bit behind. Sorry. Oh no, man, don't be sorry. But yeah, most of them cartoons is war propaganda shit or some type of propaganda. That's shit. They got on when TV was like just started. So yeah, everything back then was propaganda. Shit, back then they used to tell you the smoking commercials. Now they're telling you, well, you know, you want to know the truth. Oh yeah, you're definitely right, Chris, because I see too many coons willing to sell out. And then and that's what I don't want. That's another reason why I refuse to vote for Kamala Harris is because I refuse to let Black and brown people be the face of this empire in any way. I refuse to let us be the face of a dying empire at that. So yeah, no. Y'all not gonna blame us for this when this shit go down. Like, as soon as we let a Black motherfucker in, there goes the neighborhood. No. Nigga, this shit been going down for decades now. Y'all better suck my dick. Like, no. But you know, that's one of the arguments that they're going to be using. Because I remember when they were trying to blame shit on Barack Obama. Like, we get one Black president and we're in this and that, blah, blah. And people like, he lifted us out of recession. I'm like, oh, not really, because all he did was bail out the banks. And here we go again. Oh, man. Let me get this fine ass woman up here. She ain't get her face on, but
Israel because they broke as fuck. Breaking news. Okay, let's take it to the next level. I know it's peeling is supposed to. Okay, so ever since what we have discovered about what's been going on the ground and them getting folded so badly, and especially with them being broke as shit, like literally the whole world has been laughing at Israel because they broke as fuck, and like their debt to GDP ratio is at 67%, and now they can't even so much as get a fucking Victoria's Secret credit card. They decided to start targeting branches of Al-Khord and Al-Hassan Association, which is in Lebanon, because they broke as fuck, and they want to go in there and steal money. They're financial institutions affiliated with Hezbollah all over Lebanon, and they broke. They broke. This is bald-headed hoe shit, and I expect nothing less than for them to do shit like this. So my question is when you run out of that money, who you gonna steal from? Because we all know you're gonna be shooting at the air. You know what I mean? Barely getting any kills. You're going to be using all that money, just wasting shit. Just wasting it. Who you going to rob next? Is it Syria? Jordan? Because we know you broke as shit. So, it's just not given. It's not given what it's supposed to have, gay. Best spyware in the world, my ass. And yet again, more missiles are going off in Netua, Shatula, which is in Western Gaza. I'm going to get it one day. It ain't going to be today, though. Ain't going to be today. You see what it says. Oh, in addition to that, they run it up into the homes of the Lebanese that live in the southern suburbs of Beirut because, again, they're broke. What you expect a broke bitch to do? But in the meantime, between time while we squeeze time, Haster Haglit, child. Another settlement was struck by Hezbollah. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, y'all not protecting y'all six. Y'all not protecting y'all six. It's looking like by the time you get done, even trying to reach your military initiatives, it's all gonna be gone, baby. It's all they hitting the shit out of y'all. Y'all don't even have an air defense system up and going. And it's 100 American soldiers just there, breathing in the same air as you, looking useless. In the air defense system, trash. You got drones that's chasing helicopters. Just embarrassing the fuck out yourself. Kamala is doing her best job to convince the world. Doing her best job to convince the world that what you're doing is right for Israel and Israel blah, 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 right? And then you got drones chasing your helicopters down. Oh my God. Embarrassing work. They fucking y'all up. They got y'all so discombobulated that y'all don't know which way is up or down, babe. Now, apparently, they're supposed to be doing everything they can to improve their performance, but I don't think in the middle of the test is the point or the part where you're supposed to be looking to improve your performance. I'm pretty certain you're supposed to have the materials ready before you get to the test. You are now being tested and your life is on the line. And you talking about we going to improve our performance? Baby, go ahead and wrap this shit up. What are we doing? Hit the whiteboard again. Because while you're trying to improve your performance, you have 100 soldiers that were just sent over there by America. Then you were sent 400 more soldiers that literally got dusted, got sent up out of there in less than a day. They just landed and they out of there. Okay, they got sent right back home, right back to where they came from. And you got a consistent reminder of why you need to get your shit together, just ringing constantly. Get your ass in them shelters, and you trying to improve your performance. I'm not sure if another evacuation order of the southernmost suburbs of Lebanon is the right way to go, because we don't know how many members of Hezbollah exist. And right now you on their territory. Like you in their backyard. So at any given moment, regardless of airstrikes, which y'all, that seems to be your only trick. Like you know in that movie Knocked Up, where Seth Rogen was on a dance floor and he was just happy that he finally bagged himself a 10. So when they was dancing, he just was dicing it up. And they was like, I think that's his only move. Like, I think that's the only move he got. That's y'all with them airstrikes. Like, that's literally your only move that you got. That's the only thing you got going for you right now. Because every time your soldiers go in there, baby, they peel y'all shit back. I'm talking, they grip that shit up by the front of your wig and they rip that shit right on back, okay? They them, the ass whooping they putting on y'all, literally, they beating y'all like y'all stole something because you did. And you're trying to do it again, which is why you getting your ass whooped so bad. But just so you know, they plan on going into Hadith and Beirut southernmost neighborhood. But my question is, right, why you keep doing this and not paying attention to what the hell going on? Because for you to go in and do this, news just broke out that America was secretly planning to target Iran, and it got leaked. The information just got leaked. So your only hitter on your side right now, they down for the count. They down. Because either they're gonna strike and risk you getting licked in, or they're not gonna strike and they still can't help you, baby. Because they just did, and you just wasted it. So my question is an evacuation the best option? I don't think so, but hey, who am I? Who am I to judge you and your strategy? And as a result of the airstrikes that they're doing, 80 citizens have been martyred in Israeli enemies' bombing of the residential area in Beit Lahia, north of the Gaza Strip. And there were also 3 Lebanese soldiers that did die in results of battle. But you fought with everything in you, soldier. You did your damn thing, because y'all folding the fuck out of them. So it was Tariq Sabha, Ahmed Haider, and Jafar. Either way, word on the streets is y'all was dragging them around the middle of the desert like they was rag dolls, having your way with them. And you know what? I'm praying you reach the highest form of heaven. Period. Because you died fighting for your people. And that is noble and honorable. And I respect it. I had to go out the same way. I'm kicking and screaming, but I'm taking a bunch of you motherfuckers with me. Now, it's important to remember that the women and children aren't the only ones suffering in Rafah, and also several different parts of the Gaza Strip, especially in northern Gaza. I'm not sure if you guys heard about this, but the soldiers dug a pit and placed the men of military age inside of it after blindfolding them and tying their hands together near the Indonesian hospital. In my opinion, they were setting them up to headshot. You know exactly what I'm about to say. The Euromed Monitor relayed reports of the field executions outside of the Indonesian hospital, so it has been confirmed. And this is also happening in Jabalia, which has entered the 15th day under siege. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I'm never going to let y'all forget this shit. I don't give a fuck what McGraw-Hill textbook says. I will make it my life's mission to teach your children's children that, yes, you are indeed evil as fuck. You came from that seed. You are evil as hell because this is what your ancestors were capable of.
She be kicking that shit. I like her, man. I'll be trying to get her on RBN for a little while now, but she probably too big for a little RBN now. But shout out to her. I put her link to her TikTok down in the comments below. Y'all go show her some love. To her RBN sent you. Yeah, she do real great work. But I want to talk on hey, Bad Wolf. I wanted to talk about those leaked documents because it was some people that actually got arrested. Well, they say they have found found the people who had arrested people who had leaked the documents on Israeli strike and whatnot. They call them spies, but I don't believe it because we can't even get a real count on how many people have actually been hurt, how many people have actually been killed. You know, they lied and said we're not going to go into Rafah and West Bank, and we get nothing but lies from these people. So I don't believe that they actually caught the spies. I just think that they are saving face for the for the U.S., not the trip. I think they are saving face so they can continue to get funding because I'm pretty sure Biden administration, Anthony Blinken and whatnot was like, hey, you guys need to get a hold of this. Like, you know, if information is just being, you know, leaked to the internet like this, this can be dangerous for a lot of us and whatnot. So I think it's more of trying to save face because there's no telling who actually leaked those documents. There is no telling. And like we was speaking on before, a lot of these people are TikTok soldiers. I don't know if you guys remember, but in the like the middle, I say the beginning of Russia and Ukraine war, there were leaked documents on Ukraine retaliation and their plans and which where they're going to go. And remember, these people just uploaded. He uploaded it because somebody betted him or something like that. Somebody, you know, was like, "Oh, you're not in the fucking military." Blah blah. He was like, "Look," and just uploaded it. You know, these soldiers are fucking idiots, man. They're fucking idiots, man. They're idiots, and there's no telling who's actually a spy, who's a spy for Hezbollah, who's a spy for Hamas, who's a spy for America, who's a spy for Lebanon. Like, and a couple months ago, I don't know if you guys remember, they said Israel was infiltrated. It was a group of people who had came in on 1 or 2 boats, and they went out looking for these people. And did we get any? We didn't get any backup on that story. It was just like, oh yeah, some people came on the boat and we're looking for them. Yep. That's what they thought because they dumb. They fucking dumb. Yeah, the kid on Discord. And this is what I mean. You don't have a military of actual soldiers. You can call these people soldiers because of their ranks. You can call these people, you know what I'm saying, generals and whatnot. Those are the ranks that you give them. But in the hearts of hearts, these people are not soldiers. These people are fucking idiots. These either they are too dumb to finish school, or they are trying to get rid of school debt, trying to get out of some type of debt. Like, these are not soldiers that was born and raised to be a soldier. These are people, these are civilians who are being held hostage because of the lack of infrastructure, the lack of health care, the lack of medical care or mental care, dental care, the lack of education. These people are being held hostage and have to go fight for their country, even though what they are actually fighting for is a status in a white supremacist in this white supremacist nation. That's all these soldiers are over there fighting for. So, yeah. Oh man, yeah, those some big numbers, man. Those are some fucking big numbers, and everybody sitting here, oh, it's not a genocide going on. Like, look, I'm not gonna sit here and take. I'm not gonna sit here and listen to people who label peaceful protesters as terrorists and let them tell me when a genocide is going on. I'm not going to let people who label peaceful protesters as terrorists let me know when a genocide is actually happening. What is it going to take for us to actually drop a nuclear weapon? Do we even call that a genocide, what they did out there? Do they even consider that to be a genocide? Well, listen to these fucking people. Let's get on the evil cops. I got two stories about a school and one about a cop. I'm pretty sure you guys heard. Before we get to this next story, please donate to my for my library, to my Cash App. I'm really trying to get everything together, man. It's gonna. Oh fuck! I'm tired of asking for fucking money, but please donate to for the library. If I can just get $5 from all you motherfuckers, I'll be straight. At least I get the plumbing done, you know. So we're trying to raise $1,200 for the library. So if you can, please donate to the Cash App. You see it's rolling up under me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little behind. Didn't really smoke too much. Let me see if I can find this story. Yep, right here.
Is accused of murdering his wife, then trying to cover up the crime. Good evening, TM Eric Von Anken. Glad you're with us on this Friday. Matt and Ginger have the night off. When the 911 call came in on Monday, investigators say the scene was staged to look like a suicide. The wife, a sheriff's office lieutenant, was allegedly upset about an affair. But by Friday afternoon, the husband, Anthony Shea, his picture's on the left here, was being taken away in handcuffs, arrested for murder after detectives say they took a close look at his wife's text messages. All of this unfolded at the home on El Prado Avenue in East Orange County's Rio Pinar neighborhood. That's where the couple lives with their girls. News 6's Treasure Roberts is there tonight, piecing together what the arrest report reveals.
This road is still blocked off and multiple patrol cars are down the street. An Orange County deputy tells me detectives are still investigating at the house where it happened. How did you feel knowing that you had deputies living so close to you?
Safe. It was pretty safe. I never heard anything around here before until now.
Marvin Flores was shocked to find out what happened Monday just doors down from him.
I just come out because I heard all the siren going on, and as soon as I went out, I just saw like at least a good 20 or 15 patrol cars, and then they blocked the whole road again.
Those patrol cars were back on El Prado Avenue Friday as former Orange County Sheriff Sergeant Anthony Shea was arrested for first-degree murder. OCSO accuses him of killing his estranged wife, Ellie Shea, and trying to make it look like a suicide. Ellie was a lieutenant at the sheriff's office.
But I would never thought like he would kill his wife or something.
The arrest affidavit shows Anthony was performing CPR when first responders arrived. Ellie was pronounced dead at the hospital.
So the family, I mean, I feel sorry for what happened. I mean, you know, lost a sister, a mom. It is kind of hard, especially for the kids.
Anthony told deputies they had been fighting the past few days because he admitted having an affair. Earlier this year, he resigned from the sheriff's office over allegations he was having sex while on duty. Anthony claims he went to the store to get food, then found her lying in bed with a gunshot wound to her head and a firearm on her chest. Detectives checked Ellie's cell phone and shared the messages in their report. Early that morning, text to a colleague said she had food poisoning and wouldn't be coming to work. Another text later that afternoon to Anthony telling him she just can't do this anymore and asking him to take the girls for a drive and give her space. Investigators say Anthony sent that text message from Ellie's phone in an attempt to cover up his actions.
You're leaving your kids without a mom. It's got to be a good penalty for it.
Sheriff John Mina shared this statement. I want to thank our homicide detectives who had the extraordinarily difficult job of investigating a colleague's murder for their diligence in ensuring justice for Ellie. We pray for her 2 girls, the rest of her family, and all of those who love her.
Before I say something, Savannah, thank you so much for the $15. Moretz, thank you for the $12.45. I appreciate you guys. If you can, please donate to the library. I appreciate that. But I just want to take it back a little bit to the neighbor. When he was asked, how did you feel knowing you have police living next to you? He said safe. And this is why I have such a fucking beef with the cops, bro, because you never know who's in your neighborhood. These people are patrolling our neighborhoods, right? But they live in their nice neighborhood, but they patrol neighborhoods like ours, poor neighborhoods, black and brown neighborhoods, right? If he can do that to his fucking wife, he staged it to make it look like she killed herself. He's supposed to be a pillar of the community. If he did that to his wife, y'all need to look into every arrest he's ever made. If he can do that to his wife, he will lie on a citizen. He will beat them into submission. And I have seen it. I have seen it in jail a couple of times. Detectives, sheriffs, they'll beat your ass until you make a confession, just to stop the fucking pain. He and that whole department need to be looked into. He's so fucking evil. He didn't even think about it, about if it's the right or wrong thing. He didn't even care. He planned the shit out. That's premeditated. Premeditated. He went in her phone and sent somebody else a message to make it like, you planned for that shit. Think how evil a motherfucker gotta be to do that to a woman that, even if it was cheating, you were estranged, y'all broken up, whatever the fuck the case may be. She leaving you for a reason. And not to say that she's a good person. She's a fucking cop herself. Ain't no telling what evil that they have done together as a couple. But evil is going to always consume evil. Man, I guarantee they get that man bail. And what about the children? Well, he was going to fly to Mexico? Was he going to go to Argentina or something? I wonder how safe he feel about the cops being around him now, because I'm pretty sure that's not the only cop that live in that neighborhood. I bet Brad, all the fucking citizens looking like, what the fuck is really going on in that department? I wouldn't feel safe not one bit. %40 of cops. Yeah, hell yeah, it's higher than that. I can't imagine living with a beast. Like I said, evil will consume evil. They probably was beasts together. Ain't no telling what she did. She's a victim of this crime, yes. But she's not a victim of, she's a fucking cop. She was a cop at the end of the fucking day. Who the fuck is really in your neighborhood, y'all? What is going through their mind when they see you? What is really going through their mind when they stop you? Do you think they want to shoot you? That's what I think. Whenever I get stopped by the police, whenever they try to talk to me, I think it's a setup. It's so fucking crazy, dude. And these are the people that we're gonna have to deal with. The same people who busting your ass at those protests. Those are the people. We wonder how. Why would they just bust up the peaceful the peaceful protesters in the fucking head? They weren't even doing nothing. They just walked past. Why would they hit them? Those are the motherfuckers. People like him. What is going through his head when you see protesters? He killed his wife. What is going through his head when he see you? You make him mad. You don't respect his authority. I'd rather die. Fuck that. That's the most sellout ass job you can have. Oh, you can protect your city. From what? Motherfucker, you ain't Batman. You think you out here just in the fucking shadows waiting till some fucking crime happen in the alleys? Most of these fucking cops are cowards. They hear gunshots, they run the other way. They run the other way. I come from one of the poorest parts of America. Fuck the world, actually. Well, crime was really high when I was growing up. Somebody shoot up the block, they ain't come until 2-3 hours later. And then come knocking on people's doors talking about, did you hear some gunshots? Bitch, did you? You know I can't say shit. Now you putting me in danger. You putting me and my family in danger because I said, yeah, I heard some gunshots that came from over there. Now you got a nigga pointing fingers and niggas looking, well, shoot his ass next. They put you in way more danger than they will ever stop. What the fuck? You stopped less than 2% of crime, yes, and I believe it's lower than that. I think they just put that number up there just to make themselves not look so bad. It's probably in the negative. It's probably in a fucking negative. Shit, Spider-Man worked with the cops too. I done seen Spider-Man work with the cops a couple times. You know, if I was a superhero, bro, I would have to be Goku. Not Superman, not none of that shit. Superman is just like the cops. Superman kills more people than he tried to save. And there is no Dragon Balls in this universe to wish people back. I done seen this nigga punch Darkseid through a fucking building. Is that building just vacant? I seen the lights on. You just punch this nigga through a building. You know what Goku would do? You know what? You want to bang? All right. Let's take it to the desert, bro. I'm going to beat your ass and I'm going to leave you there. Matter of fact, I'm going to have Vegeta probably going to kill you after I beat your ass because you came here talking so much cash money shit. But yeah, I look at Superman like I look at the cops. He killed way more people. Spider-Man worked with the cops. If it wasn't for that propaganda that Jonathan used against him, then he wouldn't be a vigilante. He'd just be some nigga stopping crime with webs. Yeah, all of them now because I ain't Stan Lee wrote that garbage. I still be Batman. People forget Batman, the world's greatest detective. His superpower is being white. Hold on. His superpower is white supremacy. Am I reading that right? His superpower is white supremacy. Batman is a fucking billionaire, dude. Savannah, thank you for the $5. Oh yeah, you know I'm an old school Dragon Ball fan. Hold on, I don't know if I can get my tattoo in here. Yeah, that hurts, but that's Goku with my atheist bomb. I don't know if I can show that right, but yeah, I'm old school Dragon Ball. Oh man, Iron Man in his Iron Dome suit, Iron Dome shit. Yeah, he another superhero that powers white supremacy. Billionaire, white man billionaire, a war criminal at that. Ain't Tony Stark a fucking war criminal? Didn't he like kill a whole bunch of people in the fucking Middle East or some shit like that? Like, come on, man. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's all fictional. It's all fictional. But truth to it. Where the fuck did that video go? Damn it. Is this it? Hey, y'all heard fucking bro. It's on Reddit too. I had to go on Reddit to see my damn self. It's a whole subreddit to people all around the world, people in China, all kind of people talking about, yeah, he come in the pet store, ask for this one fish, go to the bathroom with it, and throw it in the trash. I don't know. Did y'all hear about that? I don't know. Maybe I'm on TikTok too much. Maybe I'm down a weird wormhole. But I've been hearing about Tom Cruise fucking fishes, man. Batman beat up working class people. The people that work for the Penguin and the Joker, they're just trying to get by because the crime rate so high. Ain't no fucking stores you can just walk in. All the banks been robbed. They all gone. School's gone. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to make it. The Joker giving them away. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Shredder. You know what I'm saying? With the Foot Clan. He took those kids off of the streets. They was in the fucking New York in the 80s, bro. Have you ever been in New York? Have you know what it's like? He took those kids. They was orphans. They lost everything. They didn't have no mamas and daddies, bro. He taught them how to fight. Nigga, he brought kung fu to these kids of New York. And they all got along. There was black, white, Asian. He basically had a fucking commune. Shredder took the kids and taught them how to survive a dangerous neighborhood. And here you go, this fucking rat from the sewer trying to stop communism. Trying to stop these kids from socializing. The Clanfoot took from the rich. Have you ever seen the Clanfoot hideout? They had arcade games and all the shit, everything that they needed. They took what they needed, but they never robbed too much. We always seen them rob TVs and shit like that. They weren't out here robbing no fucking banks or killing no women. We ain't never heard of Clanfoot raping nobody. But they get the bad propaganda. They get the bad propaganda, not the fucking 8-foot turtles that steals from local diners. When they call for the pizza, they take it from the delivery man and say, well, thank you, and just don't even pay him. You know that shit comes out of that nigga paycheck. It comes out of the delivery man paycheck, but Shredder and the Foot Clan get all the bad PR. Come on, man. I'm just saying. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. Okay, let's get back on a serious note because this story is fucked up, you guys. The story is fucked up.
$341 for a leg, $210 for skull bones, $900 for a torso. That's how much Victor Carl. $341 for a leg, $210 for skull bones, $900 for a torso. That's how much Victor Carl Honey was worth to a medical school in Texas. Without his consent or his family's knowledge, his body was frozen, cut into pieces, and sent out across the country after he died. We learned about Honey because he was on a long list of unclaimed bodies acquired by that med school, and we wanted to know how he, a brother, a father, and a veteran who earned burial with military honors, could be treated this way.
I think they think homeless black man, he ain't got no family. They don't care about him. You were wrong about this one.
Honey died alone at a hospital in Dallas in September 2022. After a social worker there couldn't find any family, he was sent to the medical examiner, where an investigator struggled to find or make contact with Honey's family. And so, less than a month later, the search was ended. Even though Honey's son shares the same first and last name and lives in the Dallas area, Honey was deemed unclaimed and brought to the University of North Texas Health Science Center, where he was dissected and studied by medical students and companies. This isn't new. The unclaimed dead have long been used for medical teaching and research. In the 1800s, body snatchers dug up the graves of the poor and formerly enslaved and sold them to med schools. Eventually, states made it legal for schools to train and experiment on unclaimed bodies instead. But today, much of the medical community has moved on from that practice, treating human bodies with the same dignity as living patients, meaning consent is needed for what happens after death. But this med school in Texas did the opposite. More than 2,300 unclaimed bodies have been given to them since 2019, including Honey's. And a big reason why is money. Burying and cremating thousands of unclaimed bodies is expensive for local medical examiners and coroners. The bodies are disproportionately Black men, and many are mentally ill and homeless, often making it far more difficult to reach next of kin who would otherwise pay the bill. By sending out body parts and renting school facilities to outside groups that wanted access to their supply of bodies, the program helped bring in $2.5 million a year to the school. But when we reached out to dozens of companies, teaching hospitals, and med schools that leased bodies from the Health Science Center, 10 of them didn't know that some of those bodies were unclaimed.
First time I heard about it was when NBC News contacted me. It says donated on the paperwork.
What did you think that meant?
That they donated their bodies for this purpose.
Are you going to change course in any way now knowing what you know?
Yes, absolutely. We need to know exactly who consented. I would like to know that.
As we investigated this story, the Health Science Center defended its practices, arguing that using unclaimed bodies was essential for training future doctors. But after we shared our detailed findings, the program was suspended. Its top officials were fired, and an internal investigation was launched. However, that doesn't change the immense impact it already had on unclaimed people like Honey, who was dissected with scalpels and bone saws and distributed on the open market. Over a period of 7 months, Honey's right leg was used in a training at the Health Science Center. Bones from his skull were shipped to Fort Sam Houston, and his torso was sent to Pittsburgh. When the med school was finished with the bodies, they were cremated, even as some families were searching for them. NBC obtained government docs and data on the acquisition, dissection, and distribution of unclaimed bodies by the Health Science Center over a 5-year period. And we found 12 cases where families found out weeks, months, or years later that their loved one was provided to the med school. 5 of those 12 families learned what happened from us. Honey's son learned of his death a year and a half after it happened through a chance encounter with a stranger who was struck by how similar their names were. But it was one of our reporters who broke the news of how Honey's body was used, and his family was appalled.
The 10 years we were married, he never wanted to be an organ donor. We talked about it.
His son said that he might have been open to donating his dad's body for research, but that he should have been asked. In June of this year, Honey's family was finally able to lay him to rest in a burial with military honors, 622 days after he died.
You would think in this day's time, this doesn't happen here in America. But yeah, it does. It did.
340.
You know, a lot of people used to laugh at people when they say stuff like this, especially about Black men. Did you hear him say most of those people are Black men? We're not even a fucking majority of this country. How would you? Conspiracy theorists be getting it right sometimes, yo. Like, and there's a lot of money in you being dead. Like I said, especially if you're homeless, if you're not giving back to society, like they say, you're better off dead to them because you're worth more dead. Literally. They can use your hair, your eyeballs, everything. And I remember saying this when the floods happened, when I put out a video about the people that died during the flood. And I had said, you know, when they take your organs and, you know, say that you were unclaimed. And some people was like, take their organs. Why would they take your organs? I'm like, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Like, yeah. They're going to take your organ. They're going to take your bones. That shit is disgusting, bro. They are human trafficking. Ain't no other way to fucking put it. They are human trafficking. And a lot of these big corporations do it because they always trying to skim something off the dollar, off the top. Trying to save something. They don't want to go through all the ins and outs and jump through all the obstacles. They would rather just hire somebody to dig you up. and worry about the consequences later because we're too big to fail or fall, I should say. All they gotta do is pay them off. Oh, we use your grandpa in this experiment. My bad. Here's $1 million. Get the fuck out my face. Here's $10 million. What you want? And they're gonna make that shit right back. Black people organs are very valuable in the black market. Oh yeah, one kidney is worth 50K to 120,000. Damn. Yeah, your toes, everything got to go. Everything got to go. And there's so many rich people that's waiting for so many operations or waiting on the right person to die. And this is why I always say when a motherfucker just end up dead, like out of nowhere, somebody killed that man. Like, I think rich people pay to have people killed to take their organs faster. Football players drop. Remember, football players was dropping like a motherfucker a couple last years ago. Like these motherfuckers younger than me, healthier than me, and they just, how did they die? Oh, they just died. Natural causes. What is a natural cause when you're like 27? What the fuck are you talking about? Natural cause? Yo, so yeah, I believe that rich people pay to have certain people killed to take their organs. I believe that they put them on some type of market and be like, hey, you know, maybe it is like, maybe Get Out got some truth to it. I mean, look how they draft the football players and the basketball players and all those athletes. Imagine having Jesse Owens. I mean, no, what's our fastest man alive right now? What's his name? Damn it. Well, anyways, imagine having the fastest man alive lungs. Like, bro, they 100% do this in Palestine. Yes, they do that in Palestine. Yep. That's shit. I used to donate blood when I was younger, thinking I was helping. Don't do that anymore. Yeah, I used to donate blood too to the Red Cross and all that shit. I'm giving back. Then, when I learned that gay people couldn't do it, I was like, what the fuck? Do gay people not need blood? I think they just started letting gay people do it not too long ago. But that shit was always dumb to me. That shit was dumb. Well, they might have AIDS. Bitch, you might have AIDS. Straight people, the one who giving people AIDS. The fuck? I don't know where they be getting their fucking data from. Man, I don't know what my family. Oh.
Racism. Kamala Harris was in Detroit, Michigan today, where she said Trump is only a threat because the Democrats refuse to give up on racism. Kamala Harris was in Detroit, Michigan today, where she said that what's happening in Gaza, with your tax dollars, by the way, is tragic, but October 7th was more tragic. It was the first and most tragic event. That's racism, plain and simple. She's literally saying that Israelis' lives are worth more than Palestinians. There's no other way to put that. And in a battleground state like Michigan, where every vote counts, and where there was simultaneously the largest amounts of Arab and Muslim voters in the United States, she can't bring herself to humanize Palestinians and Arabs, even though her political career depends on it. She would rather prioritize racism than power. And this is not the only issue that she has done this with. Her team has basically given up Arizona and Nevada because they have abandoned any defense of immigration and completely bought into Donald Trump's false characterization of immigration as a problem. Then you have the Democratic Party since the Obama era losing more and more of the Black and Latino vote because they keep offering things like representation politics that no one fucking cares about, rather than trying to fix material conditions in a time of extreme inequality. They assumed that minorities would just keep voting blue forever and that they'd never have to listen to any of the demands these communities had because they always had their vote no matter what. That was a wrong assumption. And the Democrats don't hold these racist ideals because they're politically beneficial, right? It wouldn't make it better if that's why they did do it, but that's not why they do it, okay? Because they're not politically beneficial. They hold these racist ideals because they're racist. That's just who the Democrats are. Trump is only a threat because the Democrats refuse to give up.
I dropped her link. It's a little bit below
Detroit,
you.
Michigan today, where she said
that
TikTok. What's happening in Gaza with your tax
but
dollars,
she
tragic,
does
but
great
October
analysis.
7th
She
was more
don't back
tragic.
down,
It was
man.
the first and most
Don't back
tragic
down.
event.
There's a lot of black liberals on there that be trying to shut her up and whatnot, but she always tell the truth. And Democrats, black and white, do hold racist values. You know, like I was explaining, what was that, last week or whatever the fuck. I was explaining how they are blue MAGA, you know, because yeah, they say America first. They are flat out with it, right? But instead of saying it that way, you guys say, yeah, well, we care about what's going on in Palestine, but we got stuff to take care of here first. Like America first. Like you don't care what's going on outside of your borders. You don't care to really try to stop these things. You just want a continuation of it, and you want a better cover for it. You want a better looking face for your genocide, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We all start somewhere. So it is what it is. I ain't yeah, Hussein Bolt. Sorry, you guys. I knew somebody was gonna put it. Is this what Get Out is about? Probably so, dog. Probably fucking so. Man. But I gotta get up out of here pretty soon. Nick is gonna be on here at 8 o'clock. I think. Let me check that. Yep, Nick will be on at 8 o'clock Eastern time. So I'm about to get up out of here so he can get all his stuff ready and all that shit like that. Thank you guys for coming out. Once again, please, if you can, donate to Tour for the Poor to help the library out. What? Man, y'all niggas, don't be arguing on my damn comments. Come on now. Fuck on with that bullshit. But anyways, thank you guys. Y'all stay strong. You stay strong too, Casey. Donate to the library. We're trying to get a plumber and a dumpster. Plumber and a dumpster. Plumber and a dumpster. I already talked the plumber out of damn near $100. That's the best I can do. So shit. Yeah, that's all we're working on right. Well, no, I'm working on the piping and plumbing, but that I need those basements. Fuck this shit. I'm tired of asking for money. All right, y'all. Bye. Love you.